Alright, SlimmBob here, time for another review, and this time, a game, kind of. Well, it's a free DLC pack for a game, and this has been very highly anticipated for me at least. The ending to Mass Effect 3 were controversial, to say the least. It was controversial, and well, I made a video about original ending, and I really didn't like the original ending. It was one of those, it felt like really rushed, it felt really pretentious and artsy, and it just didn't go with the rest of the series at all. It's like I could see what they were trying to do, but they just completely balls it up, and if they'd had an extra few months, they could have got their ending that they wanted. And the big problem with it was that it negated everything you'd done in the series, because by the end, there was no good ending at all. Every single ending buggered up the galaxy completely. But now we have this, the extended cut DLC. And I'm kind of annoyed because I've had to blooming be right careful on the internet, because I've got a PS3 and I live in the UK. And for some reason, us in Europe who own a PS3 have had to wait like an extra week for this. Everyone else in Wales got it except us. So I've had to keep off the internet for like a week. I like the new ending. I think it works. That's all I wanted. I didn't want anything. I didn't want it to be perfect. My ideal one would be if you have a really high EMS, which you've been collecting all the way through. You got all these war assets. If that's full, right, it shouldn't determine whether or not Shepard breathes at the end. And first, I think he's alive. He's alive. They give too many hints. They don't want to say he's alive though, because they try and make the destroy ending look bad, even though it's not. It really. I've done a renegade file, and I picked the control ending. Bloody hell, it's not good. The control ending is bad. Trust me. In context, you see him walking with the red eyes, and he says like, "I will put down anything that opposes me." He says that. It's like, I'm sorry. That is not a good guy. He is going to get power hungry, and he's going to get to a point it's like, you're wrong, I've calculated all this, this is going to fuck up, listen to me or you die.
It can't be bargained with, it can't be reasoned with, it doesn't feel pity, or remorse, or fear, and it absolutely will not stop, ever, until you are dead.
Yeah, my ideal ending, pretty much, if you have an IEMS, the destroy option just destroys the Reapers, it doesn't destroy synthetics. Because to me, he says it's damaged. Like the Star Child says that it's not complete, that it's been damaged. So, what about if it's not damaged? What about if you've got all these different scientists, this massive group of scientists? What about if you've got all these minds working on it? You know what I mean? It should make a difference. That it's a shame it didn't. But you know what? They didn't have forever to make this DLC. They had to make this DLC. They had to put it out as quickly as possible. And considering the time they had, I think they've done a good job. There's some problems, but it's still like the Reapers. I still don't understand. Like all the way through the Reapers, someone made a very good observation about this. The Reapers' character has just been changed completely just for this ending. Like. Because basically what they do, all the way through they're putting you down all the time, they're saying you're insignificant, we're just doing this because we're evil basically. That is what they're programmed to do, they be evil. But the Star Child makes it seem as though they're this sympathetic race, that we're doing this for your own good. We're, you know, mass genocide. I mean that for a start, you're not a rival DLC, right? Why would they want that star system destroyed? Because there's a planet that's habitable, that new life can grow on. Why would they let Shepard destroy that star system? They'd think at one point they'd be like, you know what? Shepard's going to destroy this star system. We should retreat. We want life to continue. But they don't, because Reapers, they thrive off that pain that we go through. And that was one thing that I didn't like, but alright, so how's it go? What's changed? Right, well, it's straight away it changes. That bit where you're running at Harbinger, that, you get a scene, you know where your crew disappears, because one of the problems I had, how the fuck did Tally get on my ship? Well, there's a bit where this car's going down, one of them flips over, and Shepherd out of nowhere, he's right quick at thinking about this. He's like, you know what, fuck this. Joker, we need an evac right now. So so Tally and Garrus go on. Well, I had Tally and Garrus in my party, and they get out, and they have the, oh, it's right, actually, I nearly cried, actually. Like, he has this exchange with Tally, and he says goodbye. That was one thing I wanted. I wanted Shepherd to say goodbye to his crew. And, because all the way through I'm thinking, you know what, we're going to survive this. I was full of myself, and I thought, fuck it, I'm Shepherd. I'd just been playing God of War, and God of War you survive everything, so it's like, I'm going to survive this. But that really cements the fact that Shepherd's saying goodbye, and it was wonderful, that. So that's great. That explains White Normandy gets your crew out, and then when you're hit by the beam, you see Harbinger go off, so you know why he's not, because he assumes everyone's dead. That's the thing, you've been on the floor, you've been unconscious, so he assumes everyone's dead, he flies off, so you go into the beam. Then it shows you actually getting flung up this beam. And you see keepers moving things. So I was always thinking, what are the keepers doing? What the hell are they doing? But they're moving, they're tidying stuff up, you know. And then you go through, that stuff with Elusive Man's pretty much the same. Oh, here we go, the big change. This is where I think the most work's gone in, actually. Pretty much all the Star Child stuff. You can ask him about every choice. You can say, what the hell's this do? It's like, this destroy option, it's like, how the bloody hell's that work? It's like, are you joking? It's like, oh, by the way, you can control Reapers. I'm like, the Elusive Man was right after all. Wait a minute, how am I going to control Reapers when I'm dead? That he actually says that. I was like thinking, he's going on about this control option. I'm thinking, yeah, but how can he control him when he's dead? And then Shepherd said that. I'm like, fucking get him, mate. He's very good, Shepherd. And he felt like Shepherd. He were arguing. And then he goes on about that with conflict. Like the Reaper, he's going on about the Reaper's motivations, saying that it's not conflict. We don't want conflict. And then Shepherd's like, have you looked out there? You got bloody Reapers and ships fighting. And he says that. Well, not in a broad Yorkshire accent, but he says it basically. So he does say things which I expect the character to say. He questions things, and every time you're presented with a choice, you can say whether or not you agree with it. So you can say, that's fucking stupid, that, I don't agree with that. You can go fuck yourself up the arse with your knob on your head, because it's stupid. You can say that to him, not in them exact words, but it's great. And in the end, you can actually say, you know what, Star Child X, right? These choices are bullshit. I don't agree with you. And then he says, so be it, in like Harbinger's voice. And that's what I thought all along as well, that it was in Harbinger, but I knew it was just a Reaper trying to fuck around with you. That's why, you know, Control and Synthesis ending, they're bullshit. They're just bullshit. If you're trying to save Galaxy, they're last things you need to do, them endings. Well, Control ending for a start, you become immortal. That for a start, you're going to get bored at some point. If you're immortal, there's no way you're going to live by these principles for all eternity. Your principles are going to change, you're going to evolve, stuff evolves constantly. Your brain's always evolving, you know what I mean? The Synthesis ending, I don't understand why people think that's a good ending. It's the one thing that is just, no, fuck you, you're completely rewriting DNA, everything in Galaxy. What does Galaxy learn from Synthesis? Nothing, it's just given to them. They take everything for granted, plus the fact, what happens when new organic species evolve, right? You got all these half organic, half synthetics, they're going to look at them and think, what do we do here? Do we assimilate them? Or do we leave them be and let them continue this cycle which we've just learnt is actually true from the Reapers? And because Reapers become these half synthetic things as well, so all that knowledge is shared. It's like the Geth network, but that's my point. they're going to start a war. If I'm organic and they're like, you know what, you've got a choice, you can stay on your planet and not evolve, and we're going to exclude you unless you become half synthetic, I'd be like, you know what, fuck you, that's discrimination, that. Can you remember there used to be a time, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that would happen, it's just, the synthesis ending seems too, and it's creepy, you know, you see their eyes and all that, because since new ending, they all have green veins and glowing green eyes. Krogan with green eyes, right weird, and it looks creepy. The narration for that ending is just Edie talking, saying, I'm so glad I have emotions, I understand things, and apparently humans gain stuff as well. But that's not important, I have emotions. I just cried. That's what it basically is, it's Edie's ending, it's Edie saying, I'm so glad that I finally understand what it is to be human and all that, and they didn't need that, they didn't need it, the Geth didn't need it, because they were individual, they were their own thing completely. That distinction, to merge them, is just wrong, it's not right. So that ending has always been bullshit, and the way it's expanded on it, I don't think any of my characters are going to do synthesis. So yeah, synthesis ending, it's not for me, I don't think. It's not for me. My Paragon Shepherd was Destroy ending, all the way. Because it's the one, I know, you see, that is what I like about these decisions though, which didn't really come across, because in the original endings, every single decision led to absolute chaos, and everyone was fucked. So it's like, I didn't feel as though I wanted to do anything, whereas this, when he explains it, it's like, you know what, I can see what you're saying, I can understand the strengths of each one, and it is still ambiguous, that's the thing, like, you get these scenes, because I've seen every ending, I've completed 2 on my own, and I've YouTubed the other 2, I've completed the Destruction and Control, and I've seen the other 2, and yeah, honestly, the epilogue scenes, they've added these epilogue scenes, which it's about 5 minutes of footage, it shows, and still images. I'm not a fan of still images, but it works, I can see what's happening, and that's all that matters. I understand they didn't have all the time. They made some new cinematics which look fantastic, by the way, and you know, that must have taken time, so still images, whatever, it's still all powerful stuff, it worked fine. So yeah, you see still images or a different crew and see what they're doing, like you see Samara with her daughter on Fessia, like, and stuff, and you see Rex with his kid and things like that, and you see Quarians and Geth like shaking hands, but Quarian has a mask off, and you know, that's in the synthesis ending, obviously, not the Destroy ending, that won't really make sense. And you see like Reapers, like in the Control ending, which is pretty cool, you see the Reapers rebuilding the Citadel and helping rebuild stuff, and then Destroy, you see like blooming, I don't know, like Earth, you see him on Earth where you got dead Reapers in background and stuff. It's all good and it's all positive, though I must say some of it does feel like it's just BioWare saying, you see, everyone's alright, calm down, they're fine. It's like they're reassuring us, and it felt a bit forced in some ways, but it's better than what we got. Another thing which I really like, the relays don't get destroyed, they get damaged. Keyword damaged, like only that, you know, the bit that spins in middle, that's the only bit that gets destroyed now. So you can tell they've really tried to show it is a different kind of explosion than in Arrival DLC. Because in Arrival DLC, destroying a relay causes a supernova. But you can tell now it really is, it's a different kind of explosion. And the Godchild, any dialogue referring to relays being destroyed has been removed. So every ending, the relays are in the same state in every ending. So their claim that they haven't changed the endings, yes they have, they've fucking changed them a lot. That in itself paints a completely different picture. Not only does it show that there's been no supernova at all, it shows that the relays are not only repairable, but repairable in the space of months or, you know, a couple of years. So, and you know what I really liked? This is in every ending as well. When you see the coloured explosion, because the coloured explosions are still in it, you see what happens on Palaven and Fessia and Tachanka. So you can see that, 'cause to me, I thought, they didn't clarify this. I thought all fleets had decided, you know what, we need to go to Earth. This is the final battle. Every single fleet in Galaxy is going to Earth. That's what it came across as. It didn't come across as, you know, only so many of them. And now it shows the people fighting on these planets, and Fessia, they go on about Fessia so much, saying, Fessia's destroyed, it's gone forever. They go on about it like it's like Alderaan in Star Wars, like it's been blown up by Death Star. But now they're fighting on Fessia. They're just fucking moaning, sods. Sorry. They've got Prothean devices as well, so they're gonna rebuild stuff quicker. They're fine on Fessia. What the fuck were they moaning about? Seriously, bloody Palaven's had it like 2/3 of the game longer. Palaven has been controlled by Reapers, not just invaded, but controlled. And then bloody Fessia's moaning about it. It's like, fuck off. Moaning sods. But yeah, I like this ending. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought they really did fit. My Destroy one fix. I asked the questions, and the Star Child doesn't make you feel guilty. In the original ending, he made you feel guilty. Like, the way he goes on about, like, he says, I know you thought about destroying us. Please don't destroy us. Not only will you destroy the relays, but you will kill all the synthetics. And that in itself, it's like, what does that mean? Does that mean VIs as well? But they explain that it's not. It's the Geth and Ida, pretty much. And the other endings sound too artificial, if you know what I mean. Because this Star Child is obviously, it controls the Reapers, right? It's going to push them other two endings, and it does. It really does. Especially the synthesis. That's why I'm so fishy about this synthesis one. It pushes it a lot. Like, and I hate the fact that it thinks that we should comply to its idea of ascension. And that's why I hate that ending. Because it's like, you're thinking, you know what? The Reapers were right all along. And no, I don't like that ending. But that is what's great about it. That's what's great about it now. People do, and they're getting the right kind of debate. People are debating the right things now. When it first came out, the original ending, people were just discussing plot holes and trying to defend. You know, people who liked it, they were trying to defend BioWare's writing, and it wasn't. That ending was really poorly written. The rest of the game, you know, it was good. It's, you know, it's good standard, but that ending was so rushed. And people were trying to pull so much out in indoctrination theory. I mean, that's been disproven pretty much. So, yeah. I don't know if I've mentioned everything, but if you've played Mass Effect 3 and you've experienced the original ending, I definitely recommend this. You need to get this. This will just give you closure. I completed it with my Good Shepherd with a smile on my face. I felt every ending I chose. The Control one, I don't know. But that one was just a joke, really. But the Destroy ending that I chose, I finished with a smile on my face. I felt as though I'd saved the galaxy. That is what was missing in the original ending. I didn't feel as though I'd accomplished anything in the original ending. But now, you see your crew at your memorial. You see Tali. Well, she doesn't put your name on, because that. Oh, by the way, you know the scene with Shepard where he breathes? You don't need to play multiplayer to get that anymore. Thank you, BioWare. Thank you for realising this is good. I think this could turn a corner, this all-ending malarkey, because these companies might realise they have to think about the products. They can't just, you know what I mean? They have to think what's suited to their audience, not what's suited to the mass audience. I think this might do a big service towards that. And yeah, props to BioWare for sucking it up and actually doing something that matched their vision. I really liked it. It's not perfect, but it ends the Mass Effect, and I'm happily going to start another file. I'm happily going to keep playing. And that is what I wanted. The replay value was gone before, but now it's back. And I'm happy bunny. So yeah, what did you think about Extended Cut? Some people didn't like it, and I understand. I can understand. It's Mass Effect's one of those series. We all want different things. Like, a lot of people have been really upset with how it's turned more into a shooter. But to me, they've always maintained the storytelling. And the storytelling has always been the reason I've played Mass Effect. Like, the first one, I've got to admit, it was fucking chore. For like 8 hours, I was playing it thinking, I don't want to play this anymore. But then I got on my ship and I'm talking to everyone, I'm like, you're 8 legends, lot of you, I just want to keep playing to talk to them. So, you know, I trudged through half of Mass Effect until I were at a good level and I could shoot stuff and not die. Because I didn't really understand it, and the second one to me is still the best. It's just an unbelievably good game, the second one. But the story in the third one, it works now. And even though this ending is not perfect, I still don't understand Reaper's decision. The refusal ending, it needed more work on it. It's all it is. Shepard says, I don't agree with you, you bastard. And then cutscene ends, and then it goes into the future, into the next cycle where you get this video of Liara saying, we fucked up. And then you get the Stargazer with this girl saying, yep, they sorted it out in the end, by the way. But yeah, refusal ending, it don't really work. I think I'm glad they included it, but feels rushed, and Starchild logic is still just silly. It's just, I can understand it. It's just you still can't use the Geth as an example, but I can see the Starchild just saying, but it's us that created this union. As soon as we're gone, things will go back to normal. In fact, he does go on about that, how AI is constantly, I don't know, he explains it when he goes through synthesis. It's worth playing just to argue with that kid. Because all the way through, I hated how, in the original ending, Shepard was like, you're right, kid. You're right. I will do what you say. But now the kid is the villain. It paints the kid as a villain. And it is a villain. So, yeah, thank you BioWare for releasing this. They didn't have to do this, but they've chosen to. And I think, do you know why I think it is? Because fucking sales of Mass Effect 3 plummeted after, like, you know when the news ending got out? Sales plummeted. I think they were even saying, like, you know, subscriptions to the Old Republic, they plummeted as well. So, that's the reason why they did it, but, well, that's the reason EA did it. BioWare did it because I think they were sorry. They love Mass Effect just as much as us, BioWare. You get these people on the internet saying, oh, Casey Hudson's a knobhead. Ian is, it's business what he's done with EA, but he loves Mass Effect. He's like us. He's a nerd. But EA puts shit on him. Like, that stupid reporter woman. It's like, you gotta have a stupid reporter woman on the ship. Fuck's sake. Yeah, really, fine, let's get it over with. You know what I mean? It's rushed. Development were rushed. But you've restored faith, BioWare. I didn't think you would. I didn't think you'd be able to. But I want to see more Mass Effect now. Thank you, BioWare, for restoring my faith in the trilogy, because it's probably one of the best trilogies out there, Mass Effect. And it does make you think this ending is not all sunshine and roses, and that's what's good about it, because now it does make sense. You don't get these ridiculous plot holes. That's what needed fixing, and it is fixed. You needed closure with your characters. You get closure with your characters. You don't get the Normandy stuck. That scene should have been removed, by the way. You know, the Normandy gets stuck on that planet, doesn't it? In fact, does it? I don't think it does. I don't think it does, because they do the memorial for Shepard and then they fly off. So I think Joker landed on that planet. I don't think it crashed. Yeah. So that interplot hole, that is there just... that's there because they had to do something like that. But, yeah, that scene could have been removed. But, apart from that, I'm happy with it. Solid B. Thank you, BioWare. I like to play this game again. So yeah, what did you guys think of it? Yeah, let us know your thoughts. And if you didn't like it, I can understand. So yeah, this is SlimmBob. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.